Good afternoon. This is Zach Culver from the Kentucky Employee Assistance Program with today's wellness break. Sometimes our worry can become so automatic and below our level of awareness that we don't know we are stressed until we start to feel it in our bodies. Headaches, neck or shoulder pain, stomach discomfort, digestion issues. Everyone holds their stress in a different place. But how can we be more aware of the signs before they turn into a blinding migraine, difficulties turning our heads, or nausea? The body scan can be a helpful tool in order to get more in tune with the information our body is providing. Discomfort doesn't have to be seen as a nuisance or indication that we're weak of body. Instead, it should be looked at as a sign that we need to do something before it turns into real debilitating pain. Like everything else unpleasant in our lives, humans work hard to avoid any suffering. But that can take us away from developing helpful coping strategies or recognizing that not all pain is the same. This last point is important because if we sit with discomfort, often we can learn from it. Knowledge such as, what is the level of discomfort that I can still successfully live my values? Or, where in my body do I feel different emotions and stress? Or, what can I do to prevent this from worsening? Given that no one is going to find themselves accidentally spending time with their discomfort, there is a structured exercise that provides you with a way to practice this skill, and that is what we're going to do now. So, what I'd like you to do is return to a posture that is distinguished and different from how you're usually sitting when you're relaxing, talking to a friend, or reading a book. And this is a position in which your spine is upright, your head pulling you to attention. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes and turn your attention to your breathing. As we've done in previous sessions, focusing on your breathing is an easy way to hone your attention by following the rhythmic nature of the in and out breath. Now that you're tending to the present moment through your breath, I'd like you to expand your attention to your thoughts as we practiced in the previous sessions and work to reassess these as passing events of the mind. There is no judgment or need to engage with them. Just allow them to come into existence. But what I would like you to engage with is your body by scanning it for tension and discomfort that any of these thoughts or worries might be causing. Or if you find, as you expand your awareness of the mind, that it doesn't seem to be having any challenging thoughts, go ahead and still scan your body for discomfort, general aches, pains. Maybe like me, you're finding that working in different environments bring new challenges. working from home or in different chairs or holding the tension brought on by the current crisis, can often result in the worsening of chronic issues or start of new ones that we're just trying to power through. Instead of trying to ignore, narrow your focus to that particular area. And instead of contemplating escape from that experience, I want you to approach it with an air of curiosity, as if you were a scientist attempting to identify something for the first time. What are the characteristics of the discomfort? Does it have a temperature, warm, cold? Does it feel sharp or dull? Does it pulse or stay consistent? Does it seem to increase in intensity as you focus on it? Often this will occur, but if you hang with it, then it often will decrease as well. Attempt to breathe into that area to see if it changes the quality of the discomfort. Imagine the oxygen you draw into your lungs expanding to that spot, making space for it. If at any time the discomfort becomes too much, refocus your attention back to your breathing and only your breathing. Remember to extend the abdomen out away from your spine in order to fully access the diaphragm and take the deep breath needed to lower the fight or flight response. If you find it helpful, place your hand over your belly button and notice that hand move out and away from you as you inhale. With each exhale, imagine expelling tension from the body as the hand on your stomach falls. The exhale of the breathing process lowers our heart rate and helps to manage the fight or flight response, which in effect works to lower that anxious lens through which we interact with pain, with tension. For those still attending to the discomfort or those who can return to that focus after our breathing detour, recognize the truth of the experience that physical discomfort is the interpretation of electrical information in the body. Often, the experience of discomfort is subjective and dependent on mood. By interacting with your discomfort in this way, you are changing your relationship with it. Resistance can often amplify it, especially when you're not successful in eliminating it because of the frustration that feeling of failure can cause. Those with chronic pain issues can attest to that. Instead, continue to view your discomfort with interest and openness, and allow your mind to wander to any spots that are difficult areas and continue to breathe into them, applying the same level of investigation as before, but always returning to your breath if the experience becomes too much. For those of you who have continued to investigate those problem areas until now, I'd like you to return to your breathing as we finish up with the intention of relaxation. Turn your focus away from those areas of discomfort and just attend to the rise and fall of your breath. If your mind wanders to any thoughts or symptoms, just notice it and gently bring it back to the process of your breath. And do this for a few more seconds. Okay, now attend back to your surrounding and open your eyes if they were closed. This type of awareness in which you allow your attention to be drawn to problem areas is one of the more difficult experiences to commit to doing because you're highlighting one of the more challenging components of mindfulness, the acceptance that life often doesn't feel good. Acceptance frees up mental energy to understand discomfort and distress better and recommit to acting in a way that you value. Now that you've been deliberate about sitting with the discomfort in the body, take a moment to jot down characteristics that could be signs that your body's reacting to stress. What were your attention drawn to during this exercise? What traits of the discomfort were the strongest, the most obvious to you, so that you can look out for them later? Do those signs mean we need to stretch more, move around more by going for walks, but taking care to maintain our 6-foot distance from others? Or exercise in other safe ways in the home? Those that return to this exercise often eventually report a shifting in the way that they relate to their discomfort. Often the practice of just focusing on the experience instead of ignoring it or powering through it result in being able to see it coming more efficiently. But in the meantime, before you get to that level of insight, this exercise is good at showing you how to use your breath as a means to soften the experience of discomfort, take off those rough edges, so that you can be more aware of the ebb and flow of the discomfort that can be distracting, so that we can be more ready to act with intention when we recognize that it's eased up for a bit and we can commit to our values. We can be more patient with others and this situation that we've had to make significant adjustments to. We can feel more empowered through building a relationship with our tension, instead of spending so much time working to avoid it. And we continue to get better at using the breath to regulate our emotions. Thanks for participating in today's wellness break. Again, we will be doing this tomorrow at the same time. We're going to be providing some supplementary information on doing a body scan that an individual who's struggling to fall asleep at night might really benefit from, that moves away from focusing on problem areas of the body and instead just brings attention to every part of the body, starting from the feet and working your way up. This is a nice link that has a little background music, and hopefully you'll find it another way to put the brakes on your rumination. Again, join us tomorrow for another wellness break. Thank you for your service, and be safe.